Hi everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Johan Stensland and today I'm gonna give you 5 reasons why mainstream music is dead. In my latest video, I said something to the effect of that when music productions moved from analog tape into the digital domain, into computers, something died. And I have received questions about that. What did I really mean? And today I'm going to talk about what happened to mainstream popular music. And I'm going to give you the 5 reasons why mainstream music is really dead. Coming in at number 5, the attention span of the modern person. We have shorter and shorter attention span. We have our phones and we have everything at our phones, at our fingertips. And if we see something we like, we give it like 5-10 seconds and then we just swipe and swipe and swipe. So it's not like it was in the old days when music was alive, when the music production and the people writing the songs and produce the songs, they knew that people are going to listen to this probably over and over again and give it a few listens and give it a month and maybe they start liking it and start hearing stuff. Today, music is produced for very, very short attention spans because we are so eager to just move on. There's something better out there all the time. Coming in at number 4, the reason why mainstream music is dead. There are 100,000 songs published on Spotify and other streaming platforms every day. Think about that. 100,000 songs every day. So you know that the chance of somebody discovering your music and hearing you and all that is like slim, between slim and none. So the question, I'm going to go deep here. So the question arises, why would you put your life's work into something like you're doing your best that you can do and you release something that is amazing and you know nobody's gonna hear it, and the chance that somebody, some people, some group is gonna hear it and discover how amazing you are is all but non-existent. So that was pretty deep, but that reflects how people work with music today, because we musicians, we know the reality of it. So why would you put so much work in it? You can't take the pain of being ignored. So you do something that is so-so, it's okay. You do some songs, upload them, maybe somebody will hear them. If they don't, it doesn't hurt you. But if you put your life's work into it and nobody hears it, then it will hurt you. And that hurts music. Okay, coming in at number 3, tempo variations. Now, back in the days, there was no really strong incentive for musicians to play to a click. Why would they? Music was rarely recorded to a click, and if you measure the first chorus, maybe it's 84 BPM or something, and you measure the next chorus, it might be 82 or 85 or whatever. It's different because the tempo varies over the song because the musicians played off each other and they allowed the music to, and here we go, live. They allowed the music to breathe and live. Today, everything is recorded to a click. And it's not because the musicians require that or the music requires that. It's because the computers require that, because otherwise we can't easily edit it. So the computers have taken over the way we work because it's simpler if everything is aligned to a click. Then we can just edit it in our computer. If it's not aligned to a click, it gets a nightmare to edit it. So why has that taken precedence over everything? I hate that. All right, coming in at number 2, why mainstream music is dead. We're going to look at just a couple of bars. Now, everything in the computer is what is called grid aligned. You don't ever hear a musician these days that is not tight, that is out of time, because everything is moved in the computer to the nearest beat. All the drum hits, every bass note, every guitar note, everything is what is called quantized. That is one word for it, and the other word is grid aligned. Everything is moved to, so it coincides, aligns to the underlying grid. May it be 16 or quarter notes or 8 notes or triplets or whatever. Everything is exactly on the beat. Steve Lukather said once in an interview something really interesting. He said, back in the days, we talked a lot and practiced a lot. And things that we discussed and played is, where is the one for you? That is a deep question. Where is the one for you? Because it's individual. If you want the music to live, the one has to be individual because of how good you are and how you feel and how you want to play it. So guitar notes, bass notes, drum notes, they didn't fall on the grid exactly. They fell a little bit off, but in a good way that made it breathe and live. And that does not exist anymore in mainstream music. And I hate it. Okay, coming in at number 1, I'm just going to call it pitch corrected. Because we can, nowadays, exactly like we can with the grid alignment, we can adjust the pitch of every single note that is recorded. And because we can, and because it's so simple, because we have all these tools, we do. So you never gonna hear a singer being out of key, out of tune in mainstream music. Ever, never. And if you listen to the guitars or the bass or whatever, nothing is out of tune. And you might wonder, isn't that a good thing? That people are in tune? Back in the days, and now you're gonna get really tired of me, but back in the days, a singer, for example, could sing so well and have what is called feeling and sing a little bit out of tune. Just a little bit. Guitarists and singers and all the musicians, they could play a little bit. Guitarists could bend their notes so it is like almost, but in a good way. And here comes the main point. Back in the days, if you listen to an old Beatles recording or something that was recorded like in the 80s or something, and you take a guitar and you play along, you notice that you might have to retune your guitar to different songs because they are all tuned differently. And why wouldn't they be? Because back in the days, if a guitar was like in tune, the other guys in the band, they just tune up to that guitar. That was practical. Every A that was played was like different between songs. And the guitarist had his or hers A, and the singer had his or hers A. And the A was not always the same. Today, every A note is identical. It is exactly 440 hertz. There is no room for anything else. Everything is pitch corrected. And another reason why I don't like that is that you don't know what you are listening to anymore. If I'm listening to something mainstream and I hear a singer, I have no clue if this singer is good or bad. Because it's grid aligned and pitch corrected, so it sounds perfect. I don't know if I like the singer or not, because I don't know how this singer sounds without all these corrections. My listeners to my music, how can they know if I can sing or not? I train my voice like 1 hour every day to be able to sing my stuff. And then I know that my listeners, they have no clue if I can hit the notes or not. How could they? Now, I must admit that I have worked myself up a little bit, and this was really out of character for me. But you might think that I'm just an old bitter guy. I hate everything new. I hate new technology. I hate computers. I hate everything digital. I want everything to be like it was like when I was young. And in a way, maybe I am a little bit like that. But I love new technology. I love being able to pitch correct. I love being able to edit things in my computer. I have so much gear in my studio that I just love. And I love fiddling and editing my music. And I love that technology has come so far and so close to us. And I love the fact that people like me can produce really good sounding music with gear that doesn't cost like tens of thousands of dollars. We can do that in our computer because technology is so great today. So what am I hating on? I'm hating on the fact that it's a bit like technology and computer, instead of being the great tools they are, kind of limits and restrict the way we work. It has become like, okay, we have to do this because the computer tells me to do this. That's what I don't like. I don't like that music has become like limited because of the technology. So it should be like released and set free and be more creative. And what I see is the opposite from my perspective. So my little rant here today was kind of tongue-in-cheek, but I hope you got something out of it, because there are serious things in there that we can reflect on and think about. So thank you so much for watching, and if you like the content I'm creating on the channel, please hit that bell, subscribe and like, and all those bells and whistles. Thank you so much for watching.